the filing requirement of individuals to file their tax return is pretty rigorous on April 15th. However, life happens. You can always file an extension, and that extension will get you all the way till October 15th. If you don't file your tax returns by that period of time, or you don't file the extension, you're going to get a failure to file penalty that can be pretty steep. Just because you have an extension to file your taxes does not mean that you don't have an extension to pay your taxes. You still have to pay your taxes by April 15th. If you don't pay your taxes by April 15th, even if you don't file, you're going to get a penalty. So the IRS encourages you or wants you, or the rule is that if you have to pay your taxes ratably throughout the year, or you have to pay it quarterly when you're self-employed. That's what has to happen, because you have to pay your taxes as you go. If you don't, you decide, hey, I'm not going to pay my taxes until April 15th, you will get a penalty because you did not pay them ratably throughout the year. If you decide, well, I'm not going to pay them ratably throughout the year, and I'm not going to pay it on April 15th, I'm going to wait to pay it on October 15th, you're going to get a penalty for not paying it throughout the year, not paying it April 15th, and finally paying it here. If you decide that you don't want to pay it after that date, great, they're going to hit you for this, and for this. So in your best interest, IRS is not very friendly when it comes to paying your taxes, and they love to give out penalties, and it's just easier to pay your taxes ahead of time, be cognitive of your deadlines, and you'll probably not have a problem with the IRS. So the cool thing about the government is it's really a one-way street. We have to do things right and pay them appropriately, but they don't have to do the same. And what I mean by that is this year we had an unprecedented amount of returns that were delayed just because they were shut down, the COVID, all those things. But it doesn't matter. They're going to do what they're going to do on their timetable. If it goes tremendously a long amount of time, you can try to get the taxpayer advocate involved, but even that was backed up. So what will usually happen, if they owe you money, they generally will get you paid. They generally pay you interest. So you just got to be patient. The hardest part is that everybody thinks the IRS is the only return they see, and they're going to just give you their money. It is a process. It goes in this labyrinth of different locations and processes and scannings and things of that nature. Just try to picture trying to process 150 million returns in 2 months. It's just really hard for the IRS. So just have a little bit of understanding that it's a difficult process. They should do it better, but they're working through that. But just know when you work with us and our team, we're going to kind of keep you abreast of what you can expect with that.